Alright, so again, this is Tori and this is Jace, and we're going to do our guided reading lesson today. And so, Jace, I have a couple questions for you. What holiday is coming up?
Christmas.
And are you excited for Christmas?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of Christmas?
Family.
Family? Do you like anything else?
Presents and
And who usually brings you presents?
Santa.
Santa. And what, do you know the reindeer's names?
Some of them.
Who's the most important reindeer?
Rudolph.
Rudolph. What would happen if Rudolph was sick and couldn't do Christmas this year? Do you think Santa would be sad?
Yeah.
What do you think would happen, though, for Christmas? Do you think they have a backup Rudolph?
I don't know.
What if I told you there's a story and Rudolph does get sick and Santa's in trouble and he does find a backup, but it's a dog? And have you ever heard of the stories where the dog name is Rover?
Yes.
Have you read any of them?
No.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Like the books itself, have you ever seen any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what if I told you that this year Rover's saving Christmas? Would that be exciting?
Mm-hmm.
So today I brought the book, Rover Saves Christmas. And so this is our book. And I thought it was pretty appropriate for the fact that we are doing a book about Christmas this year. And your favorite animal is a
dog.
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty cool. Do you notice anything about Rover on the cover? What is he wearing?
Bells and a red nose and reindeer.
So is he dressing up like a reindeer?
Yeah.
Dressing up the part? Here, show you guys.
It kind of looks like the one from Rudolph. The Grinch.
Oh, yeah, he kind of does. So in this book, we're going to turn to chapter 1. And what do you notice about this picture?
It looks like the cactuses are sweating.
So where do you think this book is taking place if the cactuses are sweating and it's Christmas time?
The desert.
The desert. So it actually says it was Christmas Eve in Dublin and the sun was splitting the rocks. What do you think that means?
It was getting too dry, so the rocks just fell apart.
And why would it be getting dry?
Because it's so hot.
It's so hot. So the lizards were wearing flip-flops and the cacti that lined the streets of the city were gasping. What does that mean to gasp?
They're gasping like they're begging for water.
Water. And do lizards normally wear flip-flops?
No.
No, but in this case, the book is a fiction book. And so we kind of talked about nonfiction and fiction before this on the difference between them. So what is a nonfiction book, Jace?
It's something that isn't real.
No, a nonfiction.
Oh, it's something that is real.
And a fiction book is?
It's not real.
Not real. So moving through the book. So for chapter 4, it says, warning. Wear gloves and a hat when you're reading this chapter because it takes place in Lapland in the north of Finland and it's very cold there. So, Jace, today I brought you gloves and a hat in case we get cold reading this book. And for chapter 4, I'm going to read a little part here. It says, please, Rudolph, said Santa. No, man, said Rudolph. No can do. They were in the barn behind Santa's house in the workshop. Outside, elves on snowmobiles and sleds pulled by husky dogs charged across the yard. They were bringing sacks of just-made presents to all the sleighs lined up in a long row. The reindeer were harnessed and very excited. This was their big night. So what do you think? Why do you think Rudolph is saying no? Do you think it's because he's saying that he's not going? Or Are you going to have to read to find out?
I'm going to have to read to find out.
Yeah. So moving to the book, we're actually going to, I'm going to read a part to you, and you're going to see if you're either excited to see what's going to happen, or you're just kind of like, eh. Okay? And then you're going to tell me what you think is going to happen. So, are you ready? So in this picture, what does it look like is going on?
Everything went away. Like, the magic exploded.
So let's see. This is the picture. So let's say everybody's falling out of the sleigh. They all held on the sleigh as the sleigh. They all held on as the sleigh fell. They heard Rover, but they couldn't see him. Who stole me wings? He was under the sleigh. The sleigh had begun to spin as it fell. Oh no. If the sleigh's falling, what do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna crash and get ruined.
Well, what's usually in the sleigh? What does Santa carry?
Oh, the presents.
The presents. They're going to get ruined. Santa knew what was happening. When he said, "I don't know," the kids had begun to wonder if he was the real Santa. The real Santa would never have something like that. That was what they thought. But Santa was hopeless as stars and streets. He always had been. The stars and streets were Rudolph's department. Santa had a list of all the streets, but he couldn't find it. And now the ocean was getting nearer and nearer as the sleigh continued to fall. But he found it, deep inside his pocket. The kids were screaming, so were the lizards. He found the paper and pulled. The kids saw the longest list they had ever seen, a piece of paper that flapped in the wind and flew behind and above them like a tail. And that was enough. They believed again, and it was Santa's kind of list. And the sleigh and Rover stopped spinning, and the falling in the air stopped rushing past them. Rover could feel the air like solid ground underneath his paw again. So do you think that Santa is going to make it for Christmas, or do you think that he's going to not make it because of Rudolph?
He's going to make it.
And who is he going to make it with? Who took Rudolph's place?
Rover.
Rover. So we're going to have to read to find out their ending?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's it. So continue to follow us when we read about what happens in the end with Rover Saves Christmas and why he saved Christmas. Thank you.